We have been seeing dramatic headlines from airports around the world lately.
A 33-year-old passenger opened the emergency exit door.
And Nigeria isn't left out of the trend.
She was giving us slap left and right. She's hitting me.
Wait now, say you drunk. Why you not wait?
From a famous musician allegedly clashing with airline staff over a flask, to a female passenger allegedly ending up in a fight with cabin crew over her phone. All of these avoidable incidents spiraled out of control and created massive buzz online. But beyond the drama, these cases teach us something important about flying. It has its own rules and etiquettes. And let's be honest, do we really know these rules, or we are all just winging it? In this video, we'll break down what every passenger should know before boarding a plane, and we'll clear up the big myth about phones on airplanes. Trust me, knowing these little things can save us all from embarrassment or even worse. So keep watching and remember to subscribe to the channel as you enjoy. To begin, let's look at one of the biggest lessons from all of these recent incidents, and that is respect for the cabin crew. Think about it. If that musician had calmly explained his need for water instead of standing his ground on the tarmac, the situation might have never escalated. Remember, every plane provides water on board. Even if you need extra, all you just need to do is ask respectfully. We must realize that flight attendants aren't there to argue. Everyone must understand that their jobs as safety officers takes priority over their duties of service providers. If they ask you to sit down or switch off your phone, it's not about ego, it's about keeping everyone safe. But respect goes both ways. I've heard lots of stories of rude flight attendants whose tones have triggered conflicts, but that should not be a reason for you as a passenger to get triggered. Well, we would say that's also why airlines must keep training their crew members in professionalism, emotional intelligence, and crisis management. The bottom line, courtesy is a two-way street, but passengers should never try to win an argument in the sky. To make our flying experience a smoother one, here are some simple etiquettes everyone should know. First, always check your ticket conditions to familiarize yourself with boarding times, your luggage allowances, and what's not allowed on board. Secondly, it's advised that you board according to your zones and store your bags quickly without blocking the aisle immediately after boarding. The next thing you should consider is the size of your luggage. Ensure you don't bring oversized luggage into the cabin. It simply won't fit. Also, make sure you use your headphones and keep your voices down. Nobody wants to listen to your playlist or hear your loud phone calls. After boarding, pay attention to safety announcements. Know your emergency exits, life jacket location, and what to do in an emergency. If you are flying economy class cabin, be kind to share the armrest and recline your seats gently. It just shows that you have respect for your neighbors. And if you need help, use the attention button to call a cabin crew member. Don't shout or argue on board. The various viral videos we are using as case studies in this video could have ended differently if passengers follow the golden rule of conflict management. Don't escalate, just communicate. Now, let's take down the big elephant in the room, using your phone during takeoff and landing. Some people believe that one phone signal can bring down a whole plane, but I'm here to tell you that notion is totally untrue and scientifically unproven to be possible. But here's the reality. In the early days of mobile phones, their signals could cause radio jams and interferences in the cockpit. So, airlines weren't willing to take that kind of risk. So, they insisted that phone usage was banned and prohibited during flights. Today, however, modern aircraft are much more shielded from interference, and their avionics are far stronger and sophisticated than it used to be, which is why many airlines now allow flight mode during the takeoff and landing phase, and even providing in-flight Wi-Fi during the duration of the flight. So, no, Your single phone won't crash the plane. But how about hundreds to thousands of active signals bouncing around during takeoff and landing? Well, that's still a risk that many airlines are not willing to take even today. Another reason why airlines actually want you putting away your phones during takeoff and landing is for your maximum attention. The first and last 10 minutes of any flight are the most critical. If there's an emergency, the crew need you listening to them rather than being buried in your phones. In a nutshell, rules and their applications vary from carrier to carrier. Some airlines allow airplane mode, while others insist on complete switch off. The safest move for me would be that you do whatever the crew says. It takes nothing away from you to comply, and it keeps everyone safe. When passengers ignore these rules and etiquettes, possible consequences may arise. We've seen people escorted off flights, banned from flying for months, years, or even for life, sometimes fined thousands of dollars and trending online for all the wrong reasons. I would say the airplane is not the place to prove a point. Whatever the disagreement, staying calm protects your dignity. If you have a complaint, there are proper channels dedicated for seeking redress. Fighting with the crew is definitely not one of them. To wrap up the conversation, permit me to say flying should be an enjoyable activity and not something stressful. These recent incidents show us how quickly small issues can spiral out of control. So the next time you fly, remember, it's not just about you, it's about everyone on board. Respect the crew, follow the rules, and keep it cool. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's the worst passenger behavior you've ever seen on a flight? Or maybe your own funny flight story. Drop your thoughts, drop your stories in the comments, and I'll be reading every single one of them. And if you have found this video helpful, insightful, and interesting, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. It will really help the channel on its growth journey. Remember, travel is not just where you go, but how you fly. So I would say safe travels, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace and lots of love. Catch ya.